Studio with us, we have an autism mom and advocate, Carol Njugunandungu. She's speaking to us about her experience, learning about it, and of course, letting us know exactly how we can be more inclusive as a society to children with autism. Karibu, Carol.
Thank you so much.
It was so good getting to at least get to know you outside of your work with autism.
Yes.
But now let's dive into the actual conversation.
Yes.
Watungeta hawajui exactly what autism is. Labda ndijinumesikia here and there, but you have no idea really. Could you just give us an overview?
Yeah, so autism is a condition that affects the way a person communicates and interacts with others, as well as how they experience the world around them. And autism is often called a spectrum because it affects people differently and individuals needing more support than others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so in short, autism is it affects people differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could be severe in some people and mild in others, right?
Yes, true.
For people who are, very new to what autism is, when you give them this introduction, they're going to have a lot of questions, right?
Yeah.
What are perhaps the most common questions you've heard from people?
Most of the common questions are how does it affect children, and how can you tell that a child has autism? Yeah, so the telltale signs, I would say, first is their social interaction. Kids with autism, most of them do not have eye contact, and as well as have any interest in making friendships the way normal kids would love to interact with others. Another issue would be they have repetitive behavior, sort of. Like they would love to go around in circles, or they would love to rock themselves.
Like almost soothing yourself.
Yeah, like soothing yourself, or flapping their hands, and or love objects that spin around. Yeah, another thing is they don't have communication. Either it's a delay or no communication at all, so they don't have speech and any language development, so they are not able to communicate or interact with people. And some of these children are also very hyper. They can't keep still, so they are always jumpy, always trying to explore their world around them. And so they have little or no focus at all, or attention deficiency. And these children, some of them also love routine. They do not like change. They prefer things to be done every day. So if I wake up at 6 and I go downstairs and I have my breakfast, and after that I do my coloring, and after that my school bus comes and I go, they love that routine. So once you disrupt that routine, you'll get a bit of rigidness. They prefer things one way. Yeah, so I think that those are some of the
telltale signs
you can tell that a child has autism, or
As an autism mom, how did you discover that your son had autism? Was it a medical diagnosis? Was it you and your partner noticing perhaps, maybe we should get him to the doctor? And then how did you come to terms with that diagnosis as well?
I can say one of the ways we discovered that he's had autism, or there's something different about him than other kids, is I think my husband raised a concern that there's something off, like he's not so interactive, because Keith, our son, is our second child. So we have a daughter, and we could see that even the speech delay was not, he had speech delay, so he had not developed any language, and he was around 2.5. So I can say it was also those little signs that we noticed. And then he loved objects that spin. And as parents, we were concerned, and we had, for me, honestly, I thought it was one of those, the way there's this notion that they say that boys have delayed milestones.
Yes. Girls mature faster than boys.
Yeah. So I was a bit relaxed, but my husband wasn't. And I think he was the one who was really pushing the objective. But one of the times when we had gone to, I think, clinic, one of the nurses noticed that he was a bit hyper, and there was no eye contact, and he could not settle down for anything. The hyperness, the attention, the eye contact, and there was no speech. So she asked us that we could go and at least get an assessment, which we did at Gertrude's Muthaiga. And that's when I think after we did a bit of tests, we checked first his hearing. His hearing was perfect. Then we went ahead, and there was no, I remember now. After that, after the hearing test was okay, we sat down with one of the specialists there, and they told us for child development, they told us that Keith is showing signs of mild autism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so from there, that's when now I was still in denial, of course, myself. But yeah, we still took him to school, but the speech didn't come through either way. So yeah, I think we had to go through a process of acceptance, because first we were denying. Because when you're told that your child has signs of autism, you honestly do not want to take that information.
Mm-hmm.
And as a parent, you get into a place where you can't explain. You don't want to tell people that this is what is happening to you. First of all, you don't understand it. It's something very new. It's something very out of your range. You've just heard about it, and you now have to deal with it. So the first thing, as a parent, I know myself, I went through denial.
Mm-hmm.
For a long time, and that's why we first took him to school to see if he can interact with other children and see if he can be able
Develop
to pick
speech,
up speech, because we thought probably it's the fact that he's just at home and he's alone, and his sister goes to school and he doesn't have that interaction with children. But unfortunately, it didn't come through, and this made us now to think of other ways of how we can help him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and we'll go into